Well, at one point, you get transferred to Pelican Bay.
I got transferred to Pelican Bay in 2018.
2018. You're around 40 years old.
That's burnt out, yeah.
Why? And Pelican Bay has a real notorious reputation.
Yeah.
That's where they put some of the real, like the terrorists and, it's a supermax, right?
Yeah. Pelican Bay is where they send most of the people who they don't want to house in any other parts of the prison because of their crimes or because they're gang leaders or because you might have committed more crimes in prison. They send you to Pelican Bay.
Why were you sent to Pelican Bay?
Because I committed more crimes in prison. Well, it wasn't a crime I committed in prison, but my property was searched and the security squad found the cell phone that I was using to communicate with my finance people, with the people on my team, and they got that cell phone, and when they unlocked that cell phone and saw those numbers, that created a big old scandal around me in San Quentin, and that's how I got sent to Pelican Bay.
Was it because the amount of money they found that you were moving through that cell phone?
No, thankfully no, wasn't that. It was because they had contact information from people who I had been doing business with that worked at the prison and was at the prison.
So were the prison employees busted as well?
Not the employees, the volunteers, some of the volunteers, the volunteer for my program and other programs, they were names they saw. The other stuff that was there, they saw, but they wasn't able to go, and I wasn't gonna provide the information. So thankful in that regard, but it was enough to launch the investigation.
So you went from San Quentin to Pelican Bay.
Pelican Bay.
Now, San Quentin has a bad reputation too, but not like Pelican Bay.
Right. No, not like Pelican Bay.
So were things worse when you got to Pelican Bay?
Yes, at first. Yes, it was. I mean, the living conditions are different. I mean, I've been in prison 27 years, so violence is violence no matter where you at, right? So worse in the sense of that was the first prison I'd been to post all the notoriety. So I didn't know what I was like nowhere else. Prior to that, I had been to all the different prisons, but I was only known in the prison system. People knew me for trading and for doing what I was doing inside, but I had nobody know me on the street.
Okay.
And so when I got to Pelican Bay, everybody knew I was there. And so it was like, whoa, it was an adjustment, a big adjustment I had to make.
Okay, but wasn't it a more serious class of criminal there as well?
Yeah. I mean, you got guys that was up there who was from previous prisons we was at, who we knew people you didn't know. But yes, there was a lot more serious guy, and it was a lot more violence there. There was a lot more violence. The Sacramento Department of Corrections has been trying to change the prison system around. And part of that change to make things better, according to the department, was Pelican Bay. And moving people to Pelican Bay for the integration process, which is how I so-called got there. I got in trouble, and then I got wrapped into this integration to move me up there. So when you open up a prison, you always have a lot of violence, people trying to vie for territory, vying for space. And so we went through a lot of that being there. While I was trying to get ready to go to the parole board and a bunch of other stuff that was happening.